that's some life changing shit right there.
I'm a black guy going to jail for accused of rape of a mixed girl, which the white side of her family is pressing.
And it's here too, right?
In Pensacola. This is a place where I literally worked in the mall. People know me from the mall, throwing parties. Like literally, I was literally walking into places for free because just my face value alone. I wasn't paying for nothing. But when I got to jail, remember the gates actually closed behind me, and like I was in the jailhouse, and knew I was like, bro, I'm about to be here for a minute because they set my bond at $300,000. I had never been in trouble a day in my life.
$300,000 for a
yes
rape charge? God damn.
Accused rape charge.
Like, still though, nigga, $300,000. That sound like a murder.
They put me on the floor with the murderers and the killers and everything. I was on the higher security floor. I was in there with everybody else facing life. Damn. So in my eyes, like, bro, my life just went from up here at the top to, and I was literally like when I try to tell you, but God worked the whole way through. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like, people don't know how, if God is real until they actually go through like this hard part in their life. Bro, if it was for him, bro, because if you go to jail for something like that, even though they think you did it, even if they know you didn't do it,
you get your ass whooped.
You get your ass whooped. You get raped. You get like stabbed. You get tortured, basically. The cell they put me in had two people I grew up with. The one dude was actually the people that were working to hand out those trays and stuff. Mm-hmm. He saw me. He's like, "What the fuck you doing in here?" He's like, "Don't say nothing. Don't worry. When I come back, I'll talk to you." And then the dude upstairs that was facing life, I played football with him in Little League. Mm-hmm. So when I woke up and we was watching the news and shit, first thing he did was came down. He was like, "Bro, what the fuck you doing in here?" And then the story came up, and then everybody else started pressing up on me. I was like, "Bro, no, you on this type of shit? You on that type of shit?" And like, he came up right in front of us like, "Bro, I know dude from since we were kids. He ain't on no shit like that." Mm-hmm. So literally, he was like, "Bro, y'all got a problem with him? Y'all got to fight me." And like, think about it, what's the coincidence that I end up in a jail cell where people that I already knew and people that knew me, and the people start saying, "Oh, bro, ain't you the dude that used to work in the mall?" It's like, "Yeah, bro, yeah, I know I seen you with so many females left and right. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, nothing don't sound right. But sitting down in there, like, my jail cell had 3 people on it. I slept on the floor, on a mat, for the first 2 weeks. I had no view out my window. I had no underwear. I had no socks. Had no deodorant, other than the little bar of soap they gave me. So it was like, at first I didn't see it for what it was, but it was a humbling experience for me. It's something I had to go through. Because literally, my family was facing the criticism of people talking about me on Facebook versus, like, I know people always talked about me off jump because people really never liked me because I did things in a different way. I didn't try to do what everybody else did. I just was being me. Mm-hmm. So when I went to jail, it really had me sitting down like, I couldn't defend my family from the point where they're getting harassed on social media. All they see is on Facebook is nothing but my mugshots, the stories, and like all that type of shit. But then I finally got a visit from my mom. She was the first visit I had. I cried. I never wanted my mom to see me in no handcuffs. No, I ain't want nobody to see me in handcuffs. I ain't never want to be in handcuffs. But the whole, bro, like, even now to this day, it's a traumatic experience in my life that I still replay. Because every time I have a conversation with somebody or even try to date somebody, I have to bring that up. I was like, bro, I just want you to know what I've been through. Because you can still look up the story on social media. But obviously you put 2 and 2 together, and I'm out here, you obviously realize it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
But sitting down there and actually dealing with myself and actually start reading the Bible, read a lot of stuff, start writing more. Realized that I had a lot of issues myself that I wasn't dealing with. Like, I was a womanizer. I can say that. Because I would tell people, even though I tell women like I wasn't looking for nothing, I never really gave them the firm say, hey, no, this is really all we is. They made them get
Just kind of leading them on.
I kind of led them on to think that it would probably potentially be more. Even though I never had no intentions for being more, because I realized I never learned how to accept affection and compassion in jail. Because I had nothing but time to look over my life.
Mm-hmm.
From the time from like my granddad died to I went to jail, I shooed away like any type of family like reaction, like love wise, hugs wise. Like I shunned everybody. Like I ain't tell another male family member or friend I loved them till after I got out of jail. And I started thinking about that, like, damn, what the fuck is that? Like, why can't I show love and shit?
Some shit we programmed to get, man.
Exactly. They started to tell you, like, bro, you can't supposed to show your feelings. Like, how you tell my friends I love them, I was like, oh, fuck you, bitch. That was me telling them I love them. That was my version of I love you.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to jail, bro, I finally, by sitting down there and, like, really, reading and literally just thinking about back in life and everything, I learned I had to take accountability for a lot of things, because even though the shit I didn't do what they said I did, I still led that woman on. I was the person that talked to her. I was still over there that night. I'm still somewhat responsible, because if I would have took things more slow and actually got to know her, I knew that she was dealing with a lot of mental issues herself, a lot of depression and everything else too. And I had literally, like, in jail, this is when I started taking more accountability for my actions versus trying to put the blame on other people. Even though the shit I went through is something I never want nobody else to go through, especially if you know you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like, I understand what women, like, there's a lot of women out there that do get sexually assaulted. So off rip, you're going to believe the woman off anything.
Yeah.
So, and those women that do get sexually assaulted, I feel so sorry for them. I really feel like they should get more help and everything. But I do not feel like the women that should make these little, the women that do this just so they get some revenge because it ain't ended up to be the way that they wanted to be. I really feel like they should have to deal with more consequences, because at the end of the day, all they did was drop the charges with me. The girl didn't face nothing. I already knew, like, bro.
Yeah, those kind of women just make shit harder for real victims too, man. Because
exactly,
your first instinct is to believe, the victim or whoever says that they're getting accused. But then when you come across an instance where, you know somebody falsely accused of you are, that changes your whole perspective on things. Like, hey, me personally, man, middle school, I was accused of that shit too. And, like, I remember sitting in that office, and I was speaking with them cops, and they sitting here talking about, what would happen if they found out that this is what's going on. That shit rocked my world, especially as a 13-year-old kid, 12-year-old kid. Yeah. Man, and it was some bullshit too, because, like, I don't know if it's not wanting to own up to something and, wanting to play the victim into a situation, but man, when you take advantage of something that's sick and that heinous, and them kind of consequences, like, you need something more than just walking away from it without, nothing happening to you. Some fines at the least.
Exactly, because
that shit is life changing, yo.
Exactly, because